baldness and bald people. Porphyrophobia, fear of the color purple. Lepophobia, fear of the objects on the left side of the body. Dextrophobia, fear of objects on the right side of the body. Caliprophobia, fear of obscure meanings. Phobophobia, fear of being afraid. Douglas Lurton, who was a reporter and author, once told about an event that took place when he was 6 years old. There was a store in his town that was giving away caps of his very best flower caps. And any boy who wanted one of those little caps could just go into the store and ask for it, and would be given to them free. So little Douglas watched all the other youngsters go in and come out with proudly wearing one of those caps, and finally he got up enough courage to go in himself. There was one cap left for the asking, but he lost his nerve. Without a word, he turned around and walked out. And one of his friends said, "Well, did you get the cap?" And he said, "No, I didn't want one." Some of you here today might know about that kind of fear. Later, as an adult, Douglas Lurton said that every time he thought of that story, he felt like crying. However, as a writer and a student of people, he came to the conclusion that there were lots of people tyrannized by fear, just as he was. You remember hearing about Black Bart? Probably in lore of the Wild West. He was a professional thief whose very name struck fear as he would terrorize the Wells Fargo stage line. From San Francisco to New York, his name became synonymous with the danger of the frontier. Between 1875 and 1883, he robbed 29 different stagecoaches. Amazingly, he did it without ever firing a shot. He had a hood that hid his face, so nobody ever saw his face. He never took a hostage. He was never trailed by the sheriff. Instead, he used fear to paralyze his victims. His sinister presence was enough to overwhelm the toughest stagecoach guard. So to make it a little more modern day, there's a man who was a very successful bill collector. And he could collect old debts from people that no other bill collectors had been able to do. Someone asked him how he did it, and he said, "Well, it's really quite simple. I write them one letter, and in that letter I tell them one thing, and that one thing is this: if you don't pay this bill immediately, the thing that you are afraid will happen will happen." He, of course, was gambling on the rather safe bet that most people have a fear of something happening in the future. He never said what that thing was, but he tapped in to that fear base. How many of you have ever been on a boat and it started to rock and you started to think, "Oh no," maybe getting a little seasick? Well, there was a guy, he was on the boat and he was hanging over the ship's rail. And one of his buddies came up and said, "Cheer up, buddy. Nobody ever died from being seasick." And the poor guy, all the color had drained out of his face, and he just groaned. He said, "Don't tell me that. It's only my hope of dying that's kept me going this long." Think about all the anxieties, the fears that we deal with in our life, whether they're tiny little things, like the test that comes up in school, or your annual review before your boss, or whatever it is, that letter you get in the mail. There are all kinds of fears and anxieties. There's a Methodist pastor in Kansas City, United Methodist pastor, Adam Hamilton. He's written a lot, and he wrote a book called Unafraid. And what he does is he uses the word fear as an acronym, so that's in the title today. So if you want to write these down, feel free. He gives us the word fear as an acronym to deal with fear and anxiety. So, F, face your fears with faith, trusting that things will work out. Now, that's not wishful thinking, it's trust. E, examine your assumptions in the light of the facts. And I'll come back to these again. A, attack your anxieties with action. And R, release your cares to God. So let's go back to F. One of the ways we can face our fears is with Scripture. And a good technique that's been around for centuries is called Lectio Divina. And that is where you take a passage of Scripture. You might take Psalm 46, for instance, and you quiet yourself, find some place that's not going to be distracting. You quiet yourself before the Lord and ask God to speak to you through that passage. Then you slowly start to read those words and see what begins to bubble. You sit quietly for a little bit, ponder, read again, maybe out loud this time, or not. And just sit quietly and listen for God as you ponder those words. You might try that when you go home today. And those words that bubble up is a way that God is speaking to you. You might be saying, hearing in your head, yeah, I know, God is my refuge, and I keep thinking I'm on my own. Or you might be thinking, like I often do, being still is really hard for me. The week that I sat in a chair after I broke my ankle was terribly hard. Being quiet and listening for God to speak to us can help us overcome our fears and our anxieties. What about E? Examine your assumptions in the light of facts. That's a toughie. For instance, what we see on television. We spend, because of what we see on the news, an awful lot of time worrying about the murder rate in this country, which we don't want that to happen. It's scary stuff. But we hear about it all the time. Actually, the murder rate is way down from where it used to be. About 15,000 people in America are murdered each year. But, think of it this way. There are about 250,000 people are twice as likely to die in a car accident than you are from murder. But most of us don't get scared every time we go out in a car. Well, maybe depending on who you're running with, but. And 40 times as many people die from heart disease than do from violent crime. But is that at the top of your list? When we look at the facts, maybe the world is not quite as scary as we think it is. And I'm not saying there's nothing out there that you should be, concerned about, but let's put it in perspective. A is to attack your anxiety with action. So think of it this way: if there's something that concerns you, get involved. Make a difference. If you don't like the way that the schools are running, get involved in the school. Vote. Volunteer. If you're worried about people on the street, help them out. We need to remember that God is our refuge and our strength, instead of just relying on ourselves or waiting for someone else to do something. A lot of times I think when things come to mind that we are concerned about, that's God saying to us, get up and go do something. Leslie Weatherhead once told a parable about a little boy who was running from a witch who had turned herself into a cat. And as the boy ran, he kept looking over his shoulder. And the first time he looked back, the cat was the size of a cat. The next time he looked back, it had grown to the size of an elephant. And then he fell. And he couldn't go any further. So he got up and he looked at that horror right in the face. And it stopped. So he took a step towards it and it backed away. As he continued forward, it began to shrink in size as it retreated from him. Finally, it changed into a mouse and ran under the door of the witch's cottage and never to be seen again. It pays to face our fears. Some of you know I do some crazy things like zip lining and stuff like that once in a while. And you may think that I'm an adrenaline junkie, and I am not. It's about facing fear and saying, I did it. Sometimes that's hard to do. That's when we need to turn to Christ to help us stand up to our fears and conquer them. And R. Release your cares to God. Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. The word for be still literally means let go. Let go of those fears. Let go knowing that God is walking with us. God knows what we're going through. God wants to help us. Give us strength and courage. Now, does that mean if you just pray and look at Jesus real good that you're never going to have any fear? No. But know that God walks this journey with us. In 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge in the world. During the first phase of the project, 23 men fell to their death working on that bridge because there were very few safety devices. And things seemed to go from bad to worse. So when it was halfway completed, they decided to take another look and make some changes. So here's what they did. They reorganized and they built the largest net ever made and attached it to the area under where the men were working. Was it worth the cost and the time it took to do that? Well, if you ask the 10 men who got caught in the net, they would probably say yes. And the work got done quicker because people were no longer afraid of falling. Friends, we have a safety net. God is our safety net. When we are overwhelmed, God is with us. There are things we can do ourselves to deal with our fear. We have to trust God in the midst of that fear. So F, face your fears with faith. E, examine your assumptions in the light of the facts. A, attack your anxieties with action. And R, release your cares to God. Let us pray. Almighty God, help us as those fears sneak up upon us to trust in you, to be there with us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.